Most knives in your drawer might look cool, but would they survive chopping wood, prepping food, or emergencies in the wild? Probably not. Here, the fixed-blade knives stand out, as they're built solid, with 0 weak points. So, in this video, we'll show you 20 of the best fixed-blade survival knives that combine strength, versatility, and tactical reliability. Updated price and purchase links are provided down in the description. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's begin. When you're relying on just one knife in the wilderness, you need something that won't give up halfway through. So, let's have a look at the Morakniv Garberg, which is made in Sweden. Built with a full tang design, the steel runs through the entire handle for extra strength. The blade itself is about 4.3 inches long and 3.2 millimeters thick, which makes it capable of heavy batoning. You can choose between stainless steel or carbon steel with a total length of 9 inches. It stays manageable even during long hours of use. One practical detail is the spine. It's ground to a sharp 90 degrees, so it throws sparks easily when paired with a ferro rod. And you get reliable control for woodwork and fire-starting tasks. The polyamide handle holds up well and feels durable, though some people wish it had a bit more ergonomic shaping for extra comfort. Though the edge retention isn't quite on the same level as premium steels, but the Garberg makes up for it by sharpening easily and handling hard use without issue. That's why so many outdoorsmen trust it. It brings together toughness and precision in a reliable package. Carrying a survival knife often means hauling extra weight, but the Benchmade fixed Adamas solves that problem. It's built for people who need absolute reliability in the field, military operators or first responders. The blade is about 4.2 inches long, made from premium CPM crew wear steel. That gives you excellent wear resistance and edge retention, while the skeletonized full tang design keeps the weight down to just over 5 ounces. With an overall length of 9.17 inches, it's long enough to reach without being bulky. The drop-point blade has spine serrations, making it practical for rope or strap cutting, while the flat grind keeps slicing efficiently. Users mention this knife stands up to serious abuse, from batoning hardwood to even punching through sheet metal without breaking. Benchmade also includes 96 inches of paracord for wrapping the handle, which helps grip when wet. That little touch solves the one common critique: bare steel handles can feel slippery. All in all, it's a tough, lightweight knife that shows exactly why Benchmade is trusted. Well, a survival knife doesn't need fancy steel or premium pricing, it just needs to work. So, the Schrade SCHF 36. Frontier follows that idea, keeping things simple. This full tang knife carries a bit over a 5-inch drop-point blade made from 1095 high-carbon steel, tough enough to win the 2015 Blade Show People's Choice Award. The knife is just over 10.5 inches in overall length, contributing to its versatility and ease of use. And the blade has a black powder coating to cut down glare and add corrosion resistance, while the spine has a 90-degree grind for sparking a ferro rod. Plus, the ring texturing on the TPE handle provides a sure grip in any weather condition, while also offering a contoured design that fits with your hand's natural shape. Also, it sharpens quickly and easily in the field. And at the price point, the Frontier proves you don't need high-end materials to have a dependable survival knife. It's about smart design and giving you what you really need out in the wild. Next, we've got the SOG Pillar. First off, it's made right here in the USA, so its build quality is quite good. You're looking at a 5-inch clip point blade crafted from CPMS 35 VN steel, That's a premium stainless steel. Basically, it's tough enough for batoning and chopping, but still sharp enough for slicing cleanly. The handle uses canvas micarta scales, which are kind of cool because they not only give you a solid grip, but they also wear in over time and take on this nice broken-in look. It's a full tang design, so the strength runs all the way through the handle. And at just over 9.5 inches overall, the knife feels balanced. The pillar also comes with a Kydex sheath, and yeah, S35VN steel takes a little more work to sharpen compared to basic carbon steels. But for the fit, finish, and durability you're getting, it feels less like just another knife and more like a piece of gear you'll probably hang on to for years. A lot of survival knives these days feel mass-produced, but the BPS Adventurer CSHF has that handcrafted charm that stands out. Made in Ukraine, it's built around a 5.3-inch drop-point blade forged from 1066 carbon steel, hardened to hold an edge while still being easy to sharpen in the field. The knife weighs only 5.7 ounces without the sheath and stretches about 10 inches overall, so it feels light and comfortable even during long carving sessions. What really makes it practical is that the little survival detail in the leather sheath has a slot for the included ferro rod, so you always have fire starting within reach. The walnut wood handle is treated with Danish oil, which not only looks good, but also develops a nice patina as you use it. The blade has a classic Scandi grind, comes razor sharp right out of the box, and the 90-degree spine throws sparks well on the ferro rod, at under 3 millimeters thick, so it's thin enough for precise carving. Sure, carbon steel does need extra care to prevent rust, especially if you're in damp conditions, but many bushcrafters don't mind since it sharpens so easily. So, considering you get the ferro rod and a well-made leather sheath along with it, the Adventurer CSHF feels like a great value for serious use. Now, if you want a knife that can handle the roughest jobs, and the cold steel Recon Tanto has built its reputation exactly on that. It's a big blade, quite close to 7 inches long, made from SK5 high-carbon steel. It's built for heavy-duty tasks and has been trusted by military and survival professionals for decades. The Tanto-style design is what sets it apart, and the thick, flat-ground blade is also tough enough for batoning, chopping, or even prying when needed. Users have reported putting it through some extreme abuse without damaging the blade. The handle is made from Crayex, a rubber-like material that provides a secure grip, even in wet or gloved hands. The Secure X sheath locks it down tight and offers multiple carry options. The black coating helps protect against corrosion and reduces glare for tactical use. The trade-off is that the Tanto shape doesn't slice as smoothly as a drop point, but it's hard to beat when you need piercing strength and toughness. That's why the Recon Tanto has stayed relevant for over 30 years. It's simply built to survive harsh use, where other knives might fail. Some knives make a comeback because people can't stop asking for them, and the Tops Shadow Hunter is one of those designs. Originally released years ago, it's now been updated with some smart refinements. This American-made knife has a 4.5-inch drop-point blade forged from 1095 carbon steel, hardened between 56 and 58 HRC. At a bit over 9 inches long overall and weighing about 10 ounces, it offers plenty of cutting power without being too bulky. The updates really show in the details. The jimping on the spine has been repositioned for better control, and the blade is slightly longer than the original. The tan and black canvas micarta handle scales are thicker and more comfortable for extended use, while the tungsten Cerakote finish on the blade gives it stronger corrosion resistance compared to the older powder coating. and it's strong enough for batoning and chopping but still slim enough for controlled carving. The sheath is Coyote Tan Kydex with a rotating steel clip, so you can carry it at different angles or attach it to moley gear. Like all 1095 carbon steel knives, it does need some care to prevent rust, but it sharpens easily and can get razor sharp in the field. Now, check out the chopper from Montana Knife Company. So, basically, it's a tactical knife for survival use. The blade of this knife feels like it was made to take on the toughest tasks. It is actually fairly thin-edged geometry for the size of this knife, which helps keep a little of that weight down. But this blade is 9 and 38 inches long from the front of the handle to the tip of the blade. And then, it's 15 inches in overall length. Yeah, it's a large knife, but it comes in at just 15 ounces, which makes it easier to carry and use than you might expect for its size. Now, the handle, made from G10, is molded for comfort and control, with a lanyard hole for extra security during heavy swings. Built from 52,100 ball-bearing carbon steel with a tough PVD coating, this knife is made for hard use. It's not stainless, so regular care with blade wax is recommended. But that's part of owning a tool designed to be worked hard and passed down. Okay, so with that, it also comes with a custom sheath from Teton leather. And this sheath is actually designed to be carried horizontally through these belt loops on either side, depending on if you're left or right-handed. Altogether, the MKC Chopper is a reliable option for chopping wood, building shelters, and general camp use. A dependable survival knife that's made to work hard. Big survival knives often feel more like mini machetes, useful but not always precise. That's where the LionSteel M7 changes things. Yes, it's large, heavy, and built for chopping, but it doesn't lose the finesse of a well-made knife. With a 7-inch drop-point blade forged from premium Sleipner steel, it carries serious toughness and edge retention, though you'll find it takes a bit more effort to resharpen compared to softer steels. At over 14 ounces and 12.3 inches long, it definitely has that small hatchet feel, especially with the 5.5mm thick spine, but the flat grind ensures it still slices and carves smoothly. The unique part here is the handle construction. Instead of separate scales, the micarta grip is machined from a single block with CNC precision, wrapping around the tang for strength and comfort. That forward-weighted design makes wood processing, battening, or chopping far more efficient. Users often note it feels just as dependable in heavy survival tasks as it does in detailed camp chores. Designed by Michele Pensato, with his archaeology and bushcraft background, the M7 blends brute force with Italian craftsmanship, which makes it one of those rare large knives that doesn't sacrifice control for power. Sometimes you need a tactical knife that feels dependable without being overbuilt, and the cold steel AK-47 fits that niche perfectly. The 5.5-inch thick blade, made from CPM3V high carbon steel with a stonewash finish, delivers excellent edge retention and corrosion resistance, so it's ready for all sorts of cutting tasks. With a bit over 10 inches in length, it's manageable for daily carry, but still substantial enough to handle serious work. As for the cutting edge, it comes in a plain edge style, so the blade is smooth and razor-sharp from tip to base. This knife comes with a classic clip-point blade with a razor-sharp saber ground edge. Plus, the G10 handle scales keep your grip secure. And to carry it safely, you get Cold Steel's Secure X sheath, built to military standards, so it locks in tight and won't let you down in action. Overall, the AK-47 field knife itself is made to handle the toughest combat conditions, whether that's in the field, survival situations, or demanding tactical use. When you need a knife that can survive the wildest wilderness conditions, then have a quick look at the Alaskan Harpoon by Tops. Right off the bat, the weight might feel like a little bit over 15 ounces with a 12-inch overall length. But that heft is exactly what gives it serious chopping and prying power. And the under 7-inch drop-point blade, forged from 1095 carbon steel, is tough enough to handle large game, timber, or any survival task you throw at it. What makes the Alaskan Harpoon stand out is its versatility. Survival expert Ed Arnold uses it as both a precision cutter and a heavy-duty tool for wilderness work, proving that a big knife doesn't have to be clumsy. The black traction, coating, and full tang construction ensure durability under extreme conditions. Black linen micarta handle scales keep your grip solid, even when things are wet or freezing. The included ballistic nylon sheath with mole backing gives multiple carry options and even stores extra gear. The drop-point shape offers excellent control for detailed work, though the knife's size makes it less suitable for ultralight backpacking. All in all, if you're prioritizing reliability and power over weight, the Alaskan Harpoon earns its reputation as a serious wilderness companion. Sometimes innovation comes from unexpected places, and the BPS Knives Beta shows that you don't have to spend a fortune to get a handmade quality survival knife. At first glance, it might look compact, but the under 5-inch D2 steel blade proves it's more capable than its size suggests. Hardened to 60 to 61 HRC, it holds an edge much longer than typical carbon steel and tackles tough materials like wood or leather. Weighing about 6 ounces with a 9.5-inch overall length, it balances cutting power with easy handling. The premium micarta scales offer a secure, weatherproof grip, and the full tang design plus threaded, bolted construction makes the handle feel bigger than it looks. The spine jimping gives precise thumb placement for controlled carving, while the Scandi grind lets the blade carve like a smaller knife. The included ABS sheath works with Tech-Lock attachments for belt or molly carry and keeps the knife locked in place. D2 steel does need a bit more effort to sharpen, but the extended edge life makes up for it. Overall, the Beta proves that smart design and quality materials can deliver a great performance at a reasonable price. Some knives are legendary, and then some take that legend and make it even more practical. Enter the K-Bar 1310 Slabby. This is essentially a modern bushcraft, built from the classic USMC fighting knife concept. It has a 7-inch clip-point blade forged from 1095 Crovan steel, giving you a hand-filling 17.6-ounce tank with a bit over 12-inch overall length. That weight might make you hesitate for precise work, but it delivers chopping power and tip control in spades. What makes the Slabby special is the modern full tang architecture with removable glass-filled nylon scales. This allows endless custom modifications without compromising strength. The Telcon sheath uses a dual locking system for security and quick access, while the knife's size can make delicate carving a bit tricky. But, made in the USA with premium German steel, the Slabby is a knife that honors its military heritage while evolving into a practical, overbuilt tool for modern survivalists. Here we have the K-Bar BK 62 Kephart, and honestly, it feels like holding a slice of bushcraft history. Named after Horace Kephart, the guy often called the father of modern bushcraft, this knife isn't just a generic homage. Designer Ethan Becker went out of his way to recreate it, using one of the rare original Kephart knives, so you're really getting a piece with authentic roots. The blade measures 5.125 inches and is crafted from 1095 Crovan carbon steel. It features a flat grind, which keeps the edge sharp and makes sharpening straightforward when needed. The handle is made from walnut with a gentle finger swell, giving it a balanced, comfortable feel in the hand. People really love this knife for its versatility. It's equally capable of chopping food, carving feather sticks, or light batoning. But, being carbon steel, it needs some care to avoid rust or a patina forming, and the walnut handle can soak up moisture, which might make it a bit slippery when wet. Price-wise, it isn't the cheapest option out there. Still, if you're looking for a survival knife that's both historically accurate and well-built, the Ka-Bar BK62 Kephart is a strong contender. Next up, we've got the Cold Steel SRK, which stands for Survival Rescue Knife. This knife has earned its reputation as a tough, battle-tested tool, famously favored by Navy SEALs during their BUDS training. It's designed to handle serious work without breaking a sweat. The blade is about 6 inches long, made from SK5 high-carbon steel, with a clip point and a partial flat grind. This makes it versatile, so whether you're slicing carefully or chopping hard, it performs well. The sheath is simple and practical, nothing fancy, but it gets the job done. The Cray X handle is another standout feature, gripping strongly even if your hands are wet or freezing. The blade's slight heft actually helps when chopping wood or batoning, giving it an edge in those tough tasks. Users love how reliable this knife is, with some reporting decades of heavy use without issues. One thing to note, if you go for the Sanmai steel version, it can chip more easily with lighter use, so most people stick with the regular SK5 for durability. Overall, the SRK is a solid survival knife with full tang construction, Japanese quality steel, and it comes at a very reasonable price for what it offers. Now let's look at the Morakniv Bushcraft Survival, a Swedish knife that's both practical and smartly designed. It has that classic Scandinavian feel, with a thick carbon steel blade about 3.2 millimeters thick and a Scandi grind that makes woodworking tasks smooth and precise. What really makes this knife shine are the built-in survival extras. The sheath includes a ferro rod that can spark at a blistering 3,000 degrees Celsius and last for thousands of strikes. Plus, a diamond sharpener is right there with it. The handle has a high-friction rubber grip, so even wet hands stay secure, and the spine is ground to a sharp 90 degrees, making it perfect for striking the ferro rod. The plastic sheath isn't flawless. Some users note it can wear down or loosen over time, especially with rough use. Like most carbon steel knives, it also needs regular maintenance to prevent rust, particularly in humid environments. Still, this knife delivers excellent value, combining strong cutting performance with built-in fire-starting tools that any bushcrafter will appreciate. It's ideal for anyone who wants precision in their survival kit and the convenience of easy field sharpening. Next up is the BPS Bushmate 2, a collaboration between Ukrainian craftsmanship and Dutch bushcraft know-how. This knife is an improved version of the original Bushmate, fine-tuned based on feedback from testers and bushcraft experts, making it sharper and more practical. It has a full tang blade about 3.9 inches long, crafted from 1066 carbon steel. The blade comes extremely sharp out of the box and handles chopping and carving tasks really well, though the spine is quite sharp, so beginners need to be careful at first. The handle looks classy and feels comfortable for long sessions, while the leather sheath has been upgraded with hand-stitched nylon and offers versatile carry options. A ferro rod is also included, which is handy for survival situations. The steel doesn't hold an edge quite as long as higher-end options like 1095, but it's much easier to sharpen in the field. A few users mentioned that they would prefer pinned handles for extra durability, but overall, the knife delivers great value with handmade quality and smart design. If you're looking for a reliable, well-thought-out survival knife that won't let you down outdoors, the Bushmate 2.0 is definitely worth considering. Now let's check out the MKC Marshall Bushcraft, crafted by bladesmith Josh Smith for some of the toughest conditions, like Montana's Bob Marshall Wilderness. This knife is big, measuring over 12 inches overall, with a massive blade close to 7.6 inches made from cryo-treated high-carbon ball-bearing steel. This steel combo gives you top-notch toughness, excellent edge retention, and easy sharpening when needed. The thick blade spine, around 0.170 inches, combined with flat-sided G10 handles, makes this knife strong enough for heavy batoning while keeping your hand from slipping during chopping. People also love how balanced it feels despite its size. Handling it isn't as intimidating as you might think. It works well for chopping firewood or even camp cooking. That said, it's a hefty knife, nearly 10 ounces, so if you want to keep your pack light, it might not be ideal. It's also on the pricier side, but MKC includes lifetime sharpening and repairs through their Generations program, which adds a lot of value. If you want a durable, well-built survival knife that can tackle serious outdoor tasks, the MKC Marshall Bushcraft is definitely a strong choice. Now, if you prefer a versatile knife that handles outdoor challenges with style, then check out the Lionsteel T6. It's from Italy, designed by Maletta to fit between the M7 and T5 in Lionsteel's lineup. The blade is made from CPM 3V steel, which is strong and holds up well over time. The handle is milled from a single piece of black canvas micarta, making it both sturdy and comfortable to grip. Overall, the knife is about 11.6 inches long, with a blade just under 6 inches that's thick enough for serious cutting, but still feels manageable and balanced in hand. The Kydex sheath is smartly designed, reversible and MOLLE-compatible, so you can carry it in different ways. It also includes survival-friendly features like a ferro rod scraper on the pommel and a lanyard hole. Some users have noticed tiny cracks forming in the micarta near the guard after heavy use, but they don't affect performance. Overall, the Lionsteel T6 is a reliable, stylish, and functional survival knife, and it's ideal for anyone who wants a solid knife for outdoor adventures that doesn't feel bulky or awkward to handle. Now let's talk about the Tops Armado 6.5, a straightforward but highly capable knife designed by Josh Navarrete, a forged-in-fire champion. This knife is built to handle tough fieldwork and last for years. It's a big knife, roughly 12 inches overall, with a blade close to 6.5 inches, made from durable 1095 carbon steel. The blade's shape and grind make it versatile, great for chopping wood, cutting food, or tackling tough outdoor tasks. The handle is tan canvas micarta, solid for heavy-duty work, but also comfortable for smaller cuts. People with smaller hands may find it a bit large. Weighing around 14 ounces, it actually feels lighter than expected, which helps during prolonged use. It comes with a black Kydex sheath that includes a belt strap and even a whistle. Users really appreciate how well it maintains its sharp edge through repeated use. If you want a rugged American-made knife that can handle serious survival and bushcraft tasks, the Armado 6.5 is a solid choice. It's dependable, well-built, and designed to perform reliably in the field. So, that was our list of 20 best fixed-blade survival knives you can rely on. Thanks for watching. Feel free to reveal your thoughts in the comments section, as we'd love to hear from you. And as for everything else, don't forget to like, comment, share, and hit the bell icon if you want more content like this on your feed.